It's time to roast the critics who hate Happy Gilmore. Jumping right in, Ted Prigg says it's just a minor little film that you forget until the next Adam Sandler flick comes along. Yes, Ted, just a minor little film that disappeared into the echelon of movies forgotten, gone the way of Drop Dead Fred and Cool World. People have been quoting Happy Gilmore and anticipating the sequel for almost 30 years now. It has not disappeared from people's minds. Happy Gilmore is one of those movies that is passed down the family line. Ted was obviously running around the wrong circles because everybody I knew couldn't stop talking about Happy Gilmore. Of course, it probably helped that I myself ran around in 8th grade circles in 1996. As an 8th grader. As an 8th grader. Not as a creepy old man. I was an 8th grader in 1996. That was my tribe. I wasn't some 34-year-old hanging out with the junior hires at the local YMCA. Anyway, Ted, it looks like the next Adam Sandler flick is just about to come along. Sorry to say, you're probably not going to like the sequel either. At least I hope you don't, because that probably means it'll be good. Walter V. Adiego from San Francisco Examiner says, as dumb as Caddyshack was, it seems like George Bernard Shaw compared to this poor stepchild. Back to stand-up, Adam Sandler. Congratulations, Walter. It looks like your wish has been granted. Adam Sandler is back to doing stand-up. And he's still one of the most successful comedic actors of our lifetime. Joey O'Brien from Austin Chronicle says, Happy Gilmore is a lame, unoriginal comedy that may offer a few scattered chuckles, but more often than not, serves up a bewildering series of bizarre non-jokes, supposedly ironic product placement, cheesy music cues, and tired sight gags. Okay, I get that comedy is subjective. I get that. But to say that Happy Gilmore or any Adam Sandler movie has a cheesy soundtrack is ignorance. It's pure, unadulterated ignorance. Adam Sandler movies are the sole reason my CD collection wasn't totally gay with show tunes. Even if the movie itself wasn't great, an Adam Sandler movie was still going to introduce me to Styx, AC/DC, Leonard Skinner, Limp Bizkit, and so many others. Adam Sandler kept my CD collection straight. Stephen Holden from New York Times says, Happy's tantrums, which the movie pretends are liberating explosions of self-expression, aren't nearly maniacal enough to reach comic delirium. I mean, what else was he supposed to do? Was he supposed to channel Jack Jack from the future of cinema? Turn into some mutant monster and... come on. I think Happy Gilmore was maniacal enough, because you have to think back to a time in 1996 where bringing slapstick hardcore comedy into the scene of golf, even Caddyshack, is like a really tame movie compared to Happy Gilmore. So we hadn't seen maniacal explosions until Happy Gilmore arrived on the scene. Malcolm McLachlan from Palo Alto Weekly says, you probably already know if you think Adam Sandler is funny, so let that be your guide. Okay, so this review was written in 2003. It has a very, very different perspective than if it were written in 1996. When Happy Gilmore debuted in theaters, moviegoers basically only knew him from Billy Madison, which personally I did not think was a very great film. I love the concept and the plot, but I just think that Jack did it much better. Yes, that long-forgotten Francis Ford Coppola masterpiece. But in 1996, that's really all you had to go off of to gauge your interest in Adam Sandler. Unless you were paying attention to his cameos in Mixed Nuts, Coneheads, or Shakes the Clown. Or if you'd ever seen Going Overboard or Airheads, which you probably didn't. And of course his many SNL credits gave him a huge bump into stardom. But still, there was actually once a time when Adam Sandler was not a household name, and that was basically the day before Happy Gilmore was released. Michael DeQuina from The Movie Report says, Happy Gilmore is lame, unfunny stuff. With a comment like this about a movie as funny as Happy Gilmore, I couldn't help but look back at past comedies that this guy had reviewed. Full disclosure, I have not seen most of the following movies, so you will be a better judge over whether this guy actually has a funny bone or not. Michael DeQuina liked A Million Ways to Die in the West. He liked The Other Woman. He hated my favorite Spider-Man movie. He liked 27 Dresses, hated The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. He liked Anchorman 2. I mean, come on. Anchorman deserved a much better sequel. He liked Going the Distance. Again, I've not seen many of these, so most of these movies on this list are not my jam. He liked The Lone Ranger. He really liked This Is 40. He liked Beloved, whatever the hell that is. He liked Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted. He liked Disney's A Christmas Carol. Really? He really liked Observe and Report. He liked The Three Stooges. I mean, the fact that he actually watched these movies is beyond me. He liked Mirror Mirror. He liked Arthur. And he liked Something Borrowed. So I've only seen 3 of these movies. You've got to let me know whether this guy's really out of his mind or not. But the analysis I'm picking up here is that if he likes Katherine Heigl or a Jim Carrey movie, you best better not watch that one. Now, I get that being a movie critic, you've got to weed through the trash and sit through a lot of really bad movies. But these all just look like really bad movies that he was more than happy to sit through. Like Jeremy Jahns, he did the thing I did not think he would ever do. He sat through the last Smurfs movie that came out this last weekend, and obviously he hated it, and, don't go see it, whatever.
Don't bring your kids to this.
But I honestly thought he was going to skip that one. No one would have blamed him. All you have to do is watch 30 seconds of the trailer, and you're out. So, hats off to him. He did something I could never do. Cole Smithy gives Happy Gilmore a rotten score. No, you know what? Who cares what he has to say? He ruined Toy Story 3's perfect score. So, no. Whatever Cole Smithy ever has to say, ever, will never, has never, and does not ever matter. So, goodbye, Cole Smithy. Get out of my life. Go. All right. Brian Lowry from Variety says there are about 3 minutes of funny material in Happy Gilmore, and pretty much all of them are in the trailer. If I've said it once, I'll say it another 1,000 times. Don't watch trailers, especially for comedies. Honestly, you can tell from the poster of a comedy whether you think it's going to be good or not. Just as a test, take a look at these and tell me if just by the poster, this would be a movie for you. Chances are you said, no, I'm not going to see that. And guess what? You didn't even have to watch the trailer. Now, here's another set of posters for comedies. Chances are, those probably looked pretty good. So yeah, you're probably going to go see them. And yeah, you'll have a much better theatrical experience if you don't watch the trailer. The trailer's job is to get you into the theater to watch their movie. But the only way they could do that is to exploit their best scenes. I can't tell you how many times I've seen the Jurassic World page on Facebook show the entire T-Rex scene from Rebirth. It's arguably the best scene of the movie, but they're like, they show it. They're like, here, watch this. But if you watch it and then you go to the movie, you're like, well, I just saw the best scene on my computer at home. Don't cheapen your very expensive theatrical experience by filling your head up with as much footage as you can. It just doesn't make sense. It's asinine, and it ends up just being a waste of money. All right, let's head on over to the audience score. We have Lionel H. He gives Happy Gilmore 1.5 stars out of 5. He says, I watched and I thought it was great the second time. I absolutely hated it and I never want to watch it again. Don't watch the movie. It's not worth your time. All grammatical errors, not mine. So I really do want to read the story about Lionel H. The events that took place between him watching Happy Gilmore for the first time and then the second time. What happened in this space? I especially want to read the chapter where he got a lobotomy by an ass named Eeyore.
Eeyore!
Maria V gives Happy Gilmore half a star out of 5. She says, Sandler should hang it up. He's done. So this review was written a couple of months ago, 29 years after Happy Gilmore came out. Did Maria think that this was a new release? Or does she know that this is one of his earliest movies and she thought that he was done then? That's like watching Elf today for the first time and saying, that man who plays the titular character, he is not going to go far at all. The point obviously is, Happy Gilmore proved that Adam Sandler was in fact here to stay, and thank goodness for it. Alright, the most honest review for Happy Gilmore comes from Oz from eFilmCritic.com. He says, Happy Gilmore does often make the viewer burst out laughing. I'm not going to argue that. It is a film full of belly laughs, chuckles, and some flat-out hysteria. You know about the contest I'm running? You have a chance to come on Roast the Critics to roast the critics who hate your favorite movie. So if you're interested in figuring out how to do that, go to the Patreon link below and all the directions are written there. Hope to see you soon, roasters!